Hello, this is my project management plan. This is the video presentation for Velobum cycling tours. My name is Walter Lay, and this is for LDRS 351, Leadership 351 at Humboldt State University. So I had done a project charter update for this project, and I had done an evaluation of renting bicycles and the money involved, as well as a few other things along with that, and it didn't really play out to be very promising. So I went to my other company, Trinidad Electric Incorporated, and brought the idea to them of making Velobum Cycling Tours a subsidiary of Trinidad Electric. Trinidad Electric can then use Velobum Cycling Tours as advertising through bicycle jerseys, through bicycle events, and offer tours too. And through Trinidad Electric Incorporated, which is owned by myself and my wife, we can use our infrastructure that's already in place. Our website, our connections, and Velobum Cycling can be both a money-making endeavor as well as a tax write-off as advertisement. Much like in big-time UCI International Racing, a large corporation like Robobank or Europe Car, somebody will sponsor a pro bicycling team, and really they're doing that for advertisement, get their name out there. There's not much other reason to do it. So it's like a tiny micro scale of that. So that's the project update was moving it from a standalone project of its own, a business of its own, which probably is viable and could work if somebody had the time and the desperation to stick with it and actually make a living with it. But since I have another company, I'm looking at the idea of encompassing it within that. Okay, so that's the background there. And most important part would be our work breakdown structure, and that goes into marketing, scheduling, touring, and collecting. The marketing is how do you market the business? Probably through our website and through initially contacting the local bed and breakfasts and vacation rentals primarily. Trinidad is full of vacation rentals and our surrounding areas as well. People come here and they'd like to ride their bikes here, but they don't know where to go. So if I were to first verbally phone calls and make contact with the vacation rental management companies, many of those individuals and those companies I know personally already through Trinidad Electric Incorporated, then we could make that contact and let them know that that's available for those who want to do that. And we get a lot of vacationers here from places like Redding where it's hot, and they'd like to bring their bikes over and ride bicycles and could use somebody to show them around. After we do the initial phone marketing and the personal one-on-one contact, then we'd move on to things like putting it on our website as a portion of Trinidad Electric so people out of the area could find it or could plan for it before they came here. And then scheduling is another part of the work breakdown structure. Scheduling we've done initially through phone by scheduling the customers through their phone calls, and later through the websites. They could contact us, or their social media like Facebook, contact us, and we could book things that way and ahead of time. As far as touring goes, I mean, that takes bicycles, and I have a lot of bicycles at this point, and there's a lot of people here who do ride bicycles and really know the way around here. That's how I've learned. And those people oftentimes are looking for part-time work, so we would use them as contract workers. They come in all ages here. We have Humboldt State University, which has a lot of students that are bicyclists, and we have a lot of middle-aged men and women who are bicyclists, and we have some older people, some college professors, and some retired people who are quite avid cyclists. It'd be great at that. So down the road, initially it'd probably just be myself offering tours, and then later on the weekends, or one of my employees who also likes to ride bikes, my employees meaning Trinidad Electric employee, who could move into Velobum, but also later having contract employees who could do the work. As far as collecting goes, initially be a cash business, nothing better than a cash business. So anyway, I would just accept cash. They would have to have cash, they'd have to pay cash, and that's how it would work. Later down the road, there's simpler ways, through Square, for example, with your cell phone or a laptop or a tablet or something to collect credit card payments. So that would work down the road and would not be hard to set up, I've been told by others. Okay, so that's the work breakdown structure, those four things: marketing, scheduling, touring, and collecting. As far as the time frame of this project of setting up Velobum cycling within Trinidad Electric, I see it as an 18-month project. It's a couple of years. The first year is to take care of the initial marketing, maybe get a tour or two, and then the second year is to start having things online, booking things online and start using contract employees. So there's a gap in there over the winter time of times to regroup and look at the systems. And like I said, start to finish, we're talking about 18 months for that particular project to set that up. Now, in the risk management plan, the most difficult thing there is the marketing, the website, Facebook, and all that. Well, that's not that difficult. Everybody does that nowadays. So, and like I said, we do have a website, but I would need somebody to take control of that, and then figure out a way to do the scheduling of the contract employees and also scheduling tours. So, but I'm sure there's software out there to do that, or people who can easily set that up, and that'd be something to contract out to somebody on a job-by-job basis to set it up and make it user-friendly. So at that point, myself and my office manager can take care of it. All right. As far as costs go, there's a detailed cost estimation, the paperwork version of this I turned in, but the total turns out to be $17,380, and that's over 18 months. So I was kind of surprised by that. I mean, a lot of it's a guess, of course, but I was surprised by how much it was. So in reality, when the time comes, I will probably cut back on a lot of that and make it more. I was billing it out as the time I charge as an electrician at Trinidad Electric, $80 or $85 an hour. So most of that time can be filled in when I do have free time. I mean, now that I am the owner and have some more time available, I could do this in sort of dead time, I guess, if there was such a thing. So anyway, it would not have to actually come out to be dollars. That was using my time and equating dollars to it. So really it'd be more of a sweat equity kind of thing rather than a money. But if it was just purely money, looks like $17,000 for 18 months. Okay. As far as changes go, how to make changes to this plan and how to make changes in the future, it's simply Velobum Bicycle Tours underneath, enveloped by Trinidad Electric Incorporated, and I am the CEO president of that, and my wife is the secretary and vice president. So all decisions are made by us, especially since there'd be just contract employees. There are no other decision makers. So as I wrote up, we could make that, if we have an idea like we do now, we talk about it briefly. If it doesn't go anywhere and we don't like it, we just let it go. If it does seem more important, then a dinner and wine setting is a good place to make some real decisions about what steps to take. And sometimes we don't end up taking any then either. I mean, keep it mellow, make sure it makes sense before we take any drastic steps. And last, but not least, because there's no point in setting it up, in my opinion, unless it's going to be ongoing. Just setting it up and then letting it die is fun, but probably not purposeful. So as a sustainment plan, after we've set up those things, the marketing, means of marketing, permanent means of marketing, permanent means of scheduling, permanent means of contract employees, and a permanent means of charging people for these things through credit cards or whatever becomes available to us next as far as payment goes, then you want to keep that going. You want to keep it rolling and make changes to it through that change in management plan and have it ongoing, a continuum of advertisement for Trinidad Electric and a continuum of tours for Velobum bicycling tours. Okay, well that's about it. Thank you and good night.